What's up, y'all? Like, share your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe. I just want to say that Mystikal as an artist, we love his delivery, his passion, his lyrics. We just love him because he's a likable artist. He's a relatable artist, really. And he's from New Orleans, so you know. At the same time, I go and look at information from his first rape case that he was convicted of. Prosecution actually had video footage of Mystikal and two of his bodyguards assaulting the victim, which his lawyers fought to keep out of the trial because probably would have got the life sentence then. So with that information being known, I mean, all the evidence that they have against him at this point, it's like it's only pointing to he'll be convicted of it. So, you know, I don't want to shame the victim or say he's not guilty, but this is some serious stuff that he has going on in his life, and as fans of him, all of us are just like, come on, bruh, do better, bruh. You gotta do better.
Danger! Get on the floor! The feeling right here! Sing it!
I didn't get a Donald Trump pardon. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of no money or nothing like that, no kind of influence. It was just strictly on a simple fact that I was innocent, man. Man, that felt good. I deserved it.
Yeah, I know I let you slide before. Come on. But until you see me, say what? Trust me. You ain't seen bouncing back.
You know, I don't know how it was going to work out, but I know it was going to work out. I did. I thought I was going to probably have to plead to something else. I don't know. That's just how the system goes. And that's how my mind been conditioned from my experience from it. The first situation I pled guilty, that was some kind of strategy I was using not to get that life sentence off my back. You know what I'm saying? Our legal system is broken, especially, and I'm not trying to play the race card and all that, but it is what it is. You know, like I was just trying to get it over with, man. That was me in that Mystikal. That would scare me. Well, this situation, this like 1,000 that Mystikal, baby. This ain't me in that Mystikal. I did 6 years for that, man. Like I said, when I pulled my license out, it have a title on it. Like, man, come on, man, what the? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely learned from that.
In some cases, you were convicted in the court of public opinion.
What can I do about it? But I try to understand where they're coming from. And just like this, there are people that wanted to invest in me and work with me, but couldn't because they didn't know if I was going to go to jail, not with that hanging over my head. Is that not understandable? That's understandable. So I can understand why they feel like that. Stay out the water, because sharks in that water, man. Stay out the water. In other words, don't put yourself in situations where things like this can happen. You know, so for that, man, I don't do the groupers on the road. I don't perform at the show and get the lady all eyes open and, you know what I'm saying, get all Google-eyed and then take advantage of it. I don't do that. That was young Mystikal.
He's been in the hot seat a couple times when it comes to issues of domestic abuse, and today he's right back in that negative spotlight, facing the same charges. But this time, today, a judge is using his criminal history to not only hold him in jail, but keep him in there for a little bit longer than he's used to.
Speaking went that way,
Rapper Mystikal's hit songs climbed the charts in the early 2000s. The 52-year-old who grew up in New Orleans as Michael Tyler sometimes calls Prairieville home. But tonight, he's sleeping in Ascension Parish Jail. Deputies responded to a report of a sexual assault victim at a local hospital Saturday just before midnight.
Once we got there, we talked with the victim who had some very visible injuries on her body, and she's very distraught. And she talked with us, we interviewed her, and she was able to identify who the suspect was in this case. In this case, it was Michael Tyler, also known as Mystikal.
Deputies arrested Tyler at his Prairieville home on Sunday, charging him with rape and domestic abuse.
The victim did meet him at his home, and there was some discussion about finances potentially. And from there, that conversation went very far left, and it's what led to that situation where he assaulted that victim. And then eventually he did force her to give him some money. So we know that he did know her, and it did transpire at his home.
But after several incidents with similar charges, it might be a good indicator as to why the judge decided to hold him without bond today. Tyler faced similar charges back in 2004 for sexually assaulting his hairstylist. He then spent 6 years behind bars and became a registered sex offender. Fast forward to 2017, he made headlines again when a warrant was issued identifying him as a potential suspect in a sexual assault at a Shreveport casino. He spent 18 months in jail before those charges were dropped. Now, within the last 2 hours, deputies have added more charges to Tyler's name after conducting a search warrant on his home. Those charges include several possession of drug charges, 2 of which are methamphetamine and heroin, both are felony charges, and also his bond hearing has been scheduled for tomorrow after lunch. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.
Today, a grand jury says they found enough evidence to bring formal charges against rapper Mystikal. The rapper's real name is Michael Tyler. Will go on trial on charges that include rape, false imprisonment, and domestic abuse. This all comes after an incident that happened in Ascension Parish in July. A trial date has not been set.
There's never been any suggestion of domestic violence between them. We extremely disappointed that the judge decided that he needed to hold Mr. Tyler without bond, under the feeling that potentially he could do something else to the victim, and I just don't think that's in Mr. Tyler to do that.
Personally speaking, given the evidence that they have against Mystikal and his criminal history, I believe that he'll be found guilty of these new allegations. He'd probably be found guilty of all the charges that they have stacked against him right now. And it's a sad story. That's exactly why I covered this story. Just like I said, I'm from the same city he's from. So I've been watching him since a young kid. I like his music. I liked his approach to his music, and it's just a very sad story to be covering. Do better, bruh. You gotta do better. In the comment section, I saw people talking about him finding his sister dead, I guess on his 24th birthday. And they were saying they were wondering if his sister was sexually assaulted and murdered. And could that be a reason that he's doing this type of stuff? And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? I don't really know if his sister was sexually assaulted or not. But there's no excuse for what he's doing either. So thank y'all for listening. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It's free. But thanks again. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Live a little, cause niggas die a lot.